Hey guys, Vanity Ezel back with Carfax Vanguard as in the Vanity Weekly Review, so hope you guys enjoyed. Don't talk, come subscribe, and get started, shall we? Ignore the noise in the background. That is the AC because we just moved houses, and this house is incredibly hot. And it's if you know me in real life, then you know that is a rare occurrence for me to say. So the fact that I have to have the AC on kind of goes to prove the point that it's just hot in here. So ignore that. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? Because we got some more set 4 reviews. We got a bunch of good cards. Now we have the Alden line, which is the Alden line. So let's get started, shall we? With Memorial Stem Alpinium, Grade 1 Boost, Vodka Shield, AK Base. Auto when placed on rear guard circle, choose a grade 3 or greater custodians from the drop zone, bot deck it, and then if you do, check the top 5, 2 to 1, Severin is carding from bottom reveal, put your hand and shuffle your deck. If you put a card, choose a card from hand, discard it, and it gets 2k for the turn. All around pretty solid. It can deck thin for the probably one of the best, if not the best, of the grade 3 support cards for the start deck bosses, because it can restand, you can fetch it out really quickly. Again, I do wish these cards sent them to Soul instead, but hey, I'll take what I can get, so it's a solid 2 over 3 of. Then we have Knight of the Crimson Bullet Labor, grade 2 instead 5k shield, 10k base, auto placed on rear guard circle. If you have a grade 3 or greater value of Crystonius in its card name, chip 3 normal units without Sentinel from the drop zone, put them to bottom, and then it gets 5,000 power for that turn. All around pretty solid. You know, it's a 15k. It could be a little bit better, but I mean, it's called by Crystonius as a Fed 2, sadly doesn't give the numbers, but at least allows you to recycle your stuff. So if you're going like hard mill to try to get your Savannahs in drop zone, and then you kind of like slowly deck yourself out, you can use Labor to at least prevent that. It's not the best of the grade 2s by any means, but it's a nice supporting one, so we'll give it a 2 of. Then we have Dissect Gale Dragon, grade 3 to persona, 13k, 15k base. Continues, it cannot be ridden. If you do not use Divine Skill this fight, it can't attack. And then auto rear guard, when it attacks, it gets 2k until the battle feature your opponent's open rear guard circles. Okay, this is the worst one of the Divine Skill ones. In terms of outright power it can gain, it's the worst ones because it requires you to play a deck that retires your opponent's rear guards. And well, Varga, unless you build a specific way, does not take down an entire board on its own. And Electrium is the same exact deal. So Dissect is the easiest one to gain power, but the one that gains the least, so take that as you will. It's a 2 over 3 of. Then we have Reckless Firing Dragon, Parasa Canade. God, that is so complicated for such a cool looking card. Grade 2 instead 5k shield, 10k base, auto when placed on rear guard circle by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard Spiral Marquee in the card name. You may have this unit get 10,000 power for the turn. If you do at the end of the turn, retire it. Okay, cool. It gives itself a number. It benefits from Spiral Marquee, who can superior call A from its attack skill, but B from its ride skill. My only issue with this is the fact that it has to be the card placed, meaning if you just normal call, this thing's a vanilla. So I wish it was auto when either it or something else is placed by Spiral Marquee's ability, then this unit gets the 10k. But it is what it is. It's not a bad grade 2, and I do love the fact that it has a machine gun on its back, and I really love the background here. It looks really realistic, and it reminds me of Walking with Dinosaurs, one of my favorite movies, so I'm giving this a 4 of. Then we have Steam Hunter Altatam, grade 3 to the persona 13k base, because apparently Bushy decided Dredgel needed support. All new Soul Blaster for the cost of your ability with a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Dredgel in its card name, Soul Charge 2. So you Soul Blaster grade 3 for Dredgel's ability, you do the rest of the skill, drop your opponent's power to 1, depending on what Dredgel draw, and you either get a crit, or you kill rear guards, or you do both. And then Altum gives you 2 soul cards. All around, it's not a bad support card. This is the type of card that I think would have been ran a lot in Dredgel if it came out when Dredgel first came out, like the set Botus came out in, but otherwise I'd say this is a 2 of if you choose to run it, if at all. Then we have Compositive Freaks, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, continues guard circle. If your opponent's Vanguard is if your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater Dredgel at 5,000 shield, so 10k shield is nice. And then Act Drop Zone, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Dredgel in its card name, bind this card to grade 3 or greater from your drop zone to the soul. Okay, that's pretty cool because while sending a grade 3 anything to soul is nice, and you know, combos well with this, the fact that it can send a Dredgel to soul is great because if you don't remember, Ignis, the Dredgel you're probably going to be on the most, turns any grade 3 Dredgel in your soul into literally any other grade you need. So being able to soul charge from drop is great. It's not the best grade 1 in the world, but it's not the worst one either. I think this is like solid 3 over 4 of, because it doesn't soul charge on its own, but I mean, it has shield value and it can technically get you any grade you need in soul, so 4 for that, or 3 of that, either or. Then we have Jiggling Rabbit, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, so cute for a card I will never run in Leonord. Auto rear guard at the end of start of your battle phase, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Leonord on the card name, choose one of your back or rear guards, give a boost for the turn. Okay, unless you are trying to build a very specific Leonord deck, 9 times out of 10, this card is not going to be useful. Let me rephrase that. Yeah, no, 9 times out of 10, this card is not going to be useful, because the only times it would be is in the times where you have grade 2s, and even then, I'm pretty sure most Leonord builds just run a bunch of grade 1s if they're focused on Leonord. So, specifically Leonord Raveche. But either way, Jiggling Rabbit, it's not a bad grade 1. though the fact that most cards will have boost anyways kind of makes it a little bit redundant, so 2 over 3 of. Then we have Rhythm of Elegance Legras. Here's the thing, I was literally about to say this is a perfect example of a card that would be benefited by Jiggling Rabbit, then I remembered this effect, so there you go. Anyways, grade 2 instead 5k shield, 10k base. All I'm gonna put some rear guard circle. If you choose a grade 3 or greater, choose a grade 3 card with Leonor's card if you ride deck, and reveal it if you either revealed a card or your Vanguard's a Leonor that's grade 3 or greater. Card plus 1, check the top 7, check the 1 Leonor from among them, reveal, put it to your hand, shuffle deck. If you did not put a card, draw a card. Okay, cool. So top 7 search for a possible free Leonor, or you just get a draw and continuous rear guard or guard circle. If you have 2 or more grade 1 less rear guards in the back row, gets boost and 5,000 power 5k shield active during both players' turns. The important part to note is you can have one of these in the back row. It's a 15k booster. You can't have 2 because again you need at least 2 grade 1 or less rear guards in the back row specifically. But being able to be a booster is solid. Not to mention the fact a 10k interceptor, which is nice. It's a very good grade 2. I think it works really well with Leonor. I don't remember how my Leonor deck worked before. The one specifically focused on Veche, not the weird one that was supposed to take hold of Leonor, Veche, OG Leonor, and Leonor Vasquez. But I'm pretty sure my normal Leonor deck didn't really have that much of a CB problem. So this is a nice 3 of, if not 4 of tech option in that. Then we have Ice Flower of Ghostly Beauty Manfu, Consequence Dragon, Firearm of Conformity, Beaming Blazer, Airgas Dragon, German Fountain Dragon, and Precious Graphier Benars. I like how 3 of these are straight up dragons. Anyways, pretty much all of the nations got these neat grade 2s that have intercept 5k shield 10k base, that have continuous front rear guard abilities during your turn. Auto abilities will not activate by your opponent's intercepts, and all of your opponent's units that were put on guard circle or rear guard lose all of their continuous and auto abilities. So pretty much anything that had auto when this unit intercepts, screw that. Or this unit gains XYZ shield while on guard circle of your Vanguard's XYZ, such as Composite Freaks over here. Well, that's nullified too. But it doesn't count added abilities. Like say for example, you move a card from your rear guard to guard circle using the Keter Sanctuary new set order from the Festival Collection, I think it was. You know, the one that's like the church thing. Anyways, if you use that, if a card is affected by, let's say for example, the grade 2 that meant to search it, that gets a 5k shield if it's picked by that ability will go away, but not the ability that the order gives that binds the card. So it works like that. If you want other timings, go look up the timing rules. That's pretty much as far as I'm going to get done with this. Then we have Glaring Demonic Skeleton, Glacier Bolos, grade 2 instead 5k shield, 10k base. This card is so cool looking, it has no right to be a grade 2. Auto rear guard once per turn when these unit attacks into anything. If you're buying someone's 2 or more different trigger types, this unit gets 5,000 power for the battle and Energy Blast to draw a card. Okay. 15k swing isn't bad, especially because you're meant to use this with Amina Goodazil, but it can be used with Estrella if you really needed to. But being able to be a 15k swing is nice and a free draw. I just wish there was more to this, especially because this thing is such a cool looking card that they honestly, and I truly believe this with every fiber of my being, if this was in V-Series or OG, this would have been a grade 3, maybe with a very bad Vanguard skill, depending. If it was in G, it probably would have just had a very bad Vanguard skill that also worked on rear. But if it was in V, this would have been its own dedicated grade 3 that may have had the most interesting little splash mechanic that no one ever run because we get 1 or 2 cards to support and that's it. I really wish this was a grade 3. It's not, and it's a shame that it's not, but 3 over 4 of. Then we have Death Song of Moon White Uval. Okay, we all know this is just the 4 points for me because we see the moon in the background. That's all we needed. And it was good on boost 5k shield, AK base auto, and put on rear guard. When put from soul into rear, when put from rear guard into soul by the ability of your grade 3 Vanguard with Gazelle on his card and choose 2 of your units to get 5 power for the turn. Okay, great, but my target is still Rune Collector nonetheless because I do not like wasting my boosters since the cards that Gazelle has sent to soul have to be standing to my memory. So yeah, Uval is not bad. It's just I wish there was more. Also because it doesn't count as 2 units and Gazelle needs 2, so 3 of if you choose to run it. Then we have Light Arraignment Gun Battler. Just gonna stop the name there, I guess. Great on boost, 5k shield, AK base. It's Astrom's top 5 card. Auto post on rear guard circle. Choose a grade 3 or greater card with Astrom's card. If you drop zone, pot deck it. If you chose, check top 5. Choose a 1 grade. Choose up to 1 card with Swing B in his card. If from other, reveal it, put it to your hand. Shuffle the deck. If you chose a card, discard 1. It gets 2k. Okay, 10k. Search for the grade 3. Something that this card maybe just realizes all of these grade 1s have been saying choose a grade 3 or greater Astrom from the drop zone. Most times, and I think if not most, all times that a card has ever said grade 3 or greater, it has specified it has to either be in hand or on Vanguard circle. They would not specify grade 3 or greater if it had to be in drop. Just saying. Either someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this is the first time that's ever happened. Anyways, interesting card. I might be wrong and I might just be overthinking this. Maybe the heat's finally getting to me, but 3 over 4 of. Then we have Heavy Armor Transformation Vigilant. Vigilant. Grade 2 and 5k shield, 10k base. Auto put on rearguard circle, check top 5, reveal to 1 armor supply vehicle Persosia, or Persio, thing I can't pronounce the name of, from among them, added to your hand shuffle deck. Okay. The fact that this card's a free top 5 searcher for your deck's main win con is amazing. The only way this could be better is if it set it for free, but that's just busted. So I would say they would have to Soul Blast 1 for that, and it'd be good. So 3 over 4 of. Then we have Monogun Statured Sorceress, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Auto when placed on rearguard circle if your Vanguard's just a Sorceress, now a grade 3 or greater one. Crown Boss 1, check after 1 Hexa Orb card, reveal, put your hand shoulder. Where was this when Hexa Orb was like... No, Hexa Orb got a very specific Persona Rite support card in either set 1 or set 2. Or not set 1, sorry, set 2 or set 3. And instead, they just chose to wait up until DZ set 2 to give... Sorry, DZ set 4 to give us this. This card is amazing, and any deck that requires Persona Rite support should have something like this, because this is just busted. The fact that this is not a triple rare is a sin in itself. 4 of. Then we have Proud Familiar, Clacamenia. This thing is... Okay, listen, I don't care for this as much as I care for this. Anyways, great chance of 5k shield, 10k base. Auto place on rearguard circle, Vanguard Sorceress, check the top card, put it top in order to soul. So either get a soul charge or get a deck stack, either or, pretty nice. And then after rearguard, once per turn, if your Vanguard's a Sorceress, ditch a hand card, reveal the top card. If it's a Sorceress, put it to your hand. So... If, and the only situation that's coming to mind where you would use this, in my opinion, is you are near losing. This is still on the rearguard circle. At the start of your turn, where you have no hand cards. You draw for a turn, you draw a trigger, your Vanguard's Hexa Orb, you ditch that trigger, you flip the top card, it's a Sorceress, and then you bank it on that. Like, that ability, okay, listen, there's a reason why this is the common, and the reason why this is double rare. That's all I'm going to leave it at. This is a 2 of 3 of, this is a 4 of, easily 100% of the way.
On to our final reveals. First up, we have Ruined Armor Golter, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, that contains rearguard guard circle skill of your Vanguards, the Zorgo of the Divine skill, 5000 power, 5000 shield, active on all players' turns. Completely forgot that Zorgo did not get one of these, so... Wait, no, also got one of them in set 1, so it's really Zorgo's the one that got left out, but either way, it's an okay-ish card, so it's a 2 of, well, in Zorgo, but at the same time, Zorgo's Peace Reliant, because, you know, orders. Then we have Sea Scissors of Deep Hades, act rearguard once per turn. If your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater with Zorgo in the card name, retire 2 other rearguards, choose a normal order from drop zone, bounce it to hand. All around pretty solid, because it doesn't require the Divine skill, so it's splashable in any of the Zorgo decks, and it's just the standard grade 1 stat line, so it's nothing really too bad to worry about. Honestly, I think Sea Scissors is a nice card, especially because, like, it's a way to refill your roaming dragons in the drop zone or refill your impending karmas. So I think that's a nice 3 of, if not a 4 of, in a Zorga deck. And then we have Knight of Heavenly Expression Adamus, grade 0 boost, 5k shield, 6k base, auto road upon for second draw card, standard starts but free draw if you go second. As I've kind of seen a little bit, none of the ride line really actually involves this as a starter, so you can really run any starter you want, but I'm just going to make it Adamus anyways because it looks really cool. Then we have Knight of Heavenly Soul Tranquilla, auto and wrote upon by Everlasting Sky Knight Sodius. Check top 5, choose the 1 grade 2 or greater card from among them, reveal, put your hand and shuffle the deck. If you did not reveal a card, energy charge 2. All around, that's pretty cool. My main issue with the Alden line was the fact that you could only call a card of the same grade as the grade that was using the skill or less, but now being able to just check the top 5 granted for a grade 2 or greater is still pretty solid, and if you don't get to call a card, you're at least energy charging too, so you're getting more resources accessible to you, so that's a pretty nice ride line skill. Then we have Everlasting Sky Knight Sodius, auto and wrote upon by a grade 3 card all in the card name, Soul Blast 1, check the top 5 again, shift to 1 grade 3 less card from one of them, call to rearguard circle, shuffle the deck. All around, nice, you know, it gets you an extra rear guard, so it can start like board pumping combos, especially if you call something like Cabaret, who can then call another unit. So all around, I think Sodius is nice. I do really love the new Tranquil, though. We all know I'm a sucker for energy charge effects, so I'm giving this the ride line okay. Then we have Destined 1 of Protection Alden, grade 3 to 200% 13k base, contains Vanguard. When a card will be called by this unit's ability to a rearguard circle with a unit on it, return that unit that is on that circle originally to the hand instead of putting it to drop zone. Okay, so it's essentially turning Alden into Jewel Knights, which basically means you can superior call like hell if you want, as long as it was placed by Alden's ability, and then you're just going to be able to recycle those units. So basically, if you need to call a PG to aggro, do it. Then auto Vanguard when it attacks into anything. Counter Blast 1 to draw a card. Choose up 1 card from your hand to call to rearguard circle until end of your opponent's next turn. It cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects, and it gets 10,000 power for the turn. All around, it's nice, you know, it can't get 5 attacks like, well, it can get 5 attacks like OG Alden, but it can't get them the same way, but being able to just, you know, get an extra hand card while attacking and giving the unit 10k compared to before where you just get like a column is pretty good. So I think that's skills nice. And then the divine skills: act Vanguard, Soul Blast 1, check top 7, to 2 cards from under them, call to rear guard circles until end of your opponent's next turn. They cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects, and you shuffle. Okay, cool. And again, this is like a deck where you kind of want to board rush as much as possible, because then when you superior call via Alden's effect, they're just going to send the other units to drop zone, and they're going to go right back to your hand. So all around, Alden's pretty nice. Get your rear guards, get your hand cards, get your numbers. Is nothing too flashy, but his skills are actually really nice and consistent, and I'm really surprised that he only costs 1 Soul Blast and 1 Counter Blast for each, so 4 of. Then we have Wafting Owl, contains rear guard or guard circle. We have a Vanguard with Alden's card name and the divine skill. Power plus 5,000, shield plus 5,000. Okay, it's not bad. I do love its art the most. It's just like a kind of nice, cool looking owl, so I'm willing to give it the 3 over 4 for that. Then we have Knight of Skyflow's Jail Helmet. Auto this unit intercepts your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater Alden, plus 20,000 shield. Nice that it works with the OG Alden, so both decks now have a 25k interceptor, and all around is pretty solid, and it kind of like fits the theme of protection because, you know, 25,000 shield, so I'm willing to give it the 3 over 4 of. And now I'm starting to think every one of these decks is going to have an order, because I literally went to sleep truly believing Alden was not going to get an order, and lo and behold, we get one. Determined with the Blade of Protection. So play this card if you have a Vanguard with Alden, the card name, and Divine skill. What you get to do is give your Vanguard the ability Auto Vanguard. When attacks anything, CB1, so to 1 card from your hand, call to rear guard circle until end of turn. So there you go. Alden can now make 5 attacks if you want to pay CB2. I mean, to be fair, it can make 5 attacks anyways, because you just call 1 unit from Alden skill, and then you use, for example, the skill of the grade 0 that they have access to, though now with Alden you don't really need to run different grades, but if you want to do it that way you can. So all around, Determined with Blade Protection is not a bad order at all. I think it's pretty interesting, but it's not necessarily needed in the deck, so I would say like a 2 over 3 of tech if you want to really run it. Then we have Heavenly Defense Dragon, Reg Fluence Dragon. So continuous rear guard circle during the battle, this unit booster. Your Vanguard's a grade 3 greater Alden, plus 5,000 power. And then the auto when it boosts a grade 3 greater Vanguard Alden, the card name, Soul Charge 1, plus 2,000 power for the turn, for the battle. So all around, nice, you know, it gets Soul Charge up. It can boost any Alden, which is nice, so it works with OG Alden as well. That's what I really love what the support is. Compared to the Wellstra support, which a lot of them specified that they had to be the Divine Skill Wellstra, a lot of these Alden cards work with the OG Alden cards, so I think this is pretty nice. I like it a lot, and I think it's a good and solid 4 of in both of them. And then we have our last card of the day, and that would be Heavenly Blade of Liason Raziel. So auto when placed on rearguard circle, energy blast 4, draw a card. Okay, I was asking why is there so many energy chargers, and well, there we go for this, I guess, cheat draw card. And then auto rearguard when your other unit is placed on the rearguard circle this unit is already on by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard, all in the card name. That placed unit gets 10,000 power for that turn. Your opponent's Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater. Soul Blast 1, choose one of your rearguard stand. Okay, cool. So basically, no matter what, Alden has a bunch of ways to get 5 attacks in a turn. You could just use this in tandem with this. You could use this in tandem with this. You can use this in tandem with the OG grade 0, or you can use the new grade 1, who I believe, the one from set 1, who I believe gets you the restand regardless. Pretty sure. Either way, pretty solid, grade 3, not gonna lie, I think it's really cool, so I'm willing to give it the 3 of, if not a 4 of, in an Alden deck, and again, it works for both Aldens, but it's also gonna work better for the new one. And without further ado, I'm going to this one here. I hope you all enjoy. This deck seems very interesting, and I cannot wait to try out the idea of protection, because it pretty much just seems like the ability of just attacking more, but now your units get recycled, so it actually gets to keep the aggressive feel. So see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join Twitch, and don't forget to set up your Vanguards.